our last one of the year.
Yes.
2021.
Happy New Year's.
Can you believe it? I can. It's been a doozy.
I know. I'm glad. I'm ready to move on.
Yeah. I'll be honest. New Year's, I'm a little mixed because it's like I feel like, oh, I gotta start it all over again and do it all over again. But I'm also like excited, so I kind of get a little mixed bag. I'm a Gemini, in case you didn't know.
We both are.
Mm-hmm.
And we dress like twins sometimes. We're both wearing our navy today.
I know.
And I wore my pearls just in case I have to clutch them sometime during the readings.
And I wore my lapis that my beautiful friend and our longtime moderator Rosalie gave me for Christmas, and my beautiful earbobs. So Rosalie, if you're watching,
She
thank you.
She made those. Aren't they beautiful?
She did make them.
Yeah.
Rojo Designs jewelry, and I'm feeling very pretty today because
Nice.
of
You look very pretty.
yes. And Ro could not join us today, extenuating circumstances, but we have my amazing, gorgeous, brilliant husband, Mr. Jason, here doing our tech today. So go easy on us because he's doing his best and loving me and making things happen over there. So we're super grateful for that.
Absolutely.
So what you got going on, Miss Brenda?
I'm really tired. These holidays have really exhausted me. So I'm kind of looking forward to like moving back into some sort of routine. And I've taken Christmas away. I'm going to go home this afternoon and I'm going to do a good energy cleanse on my house, open up all the windows. I'm going to do a little bit of...
Because it's 72 degrees here on the last day of December
Exactly.
in North Carolina. So.
I'm going to do a little bit of burning of things that I want to let go of this year and just kind of have a little ceremony this afternoon to move into the new year. Perfect
time. And I was thinking about that this morning. I was actually kind of, for the same reason, looking forward to this because it always like, anytime you commune with your guides, it lifts your vibration and your energy. And so I always like feel a little giddy after we do this usually. So I was very much looking forward to that. Speaking of giddy, we released episode 6. Can you believe that, of our podcast yesterday? And it was one that was your brainchild. Actually, you did that. We did one with Brenda's daughter and some of her friends from school and a couple of their teachers called The Kids Are All Right, and it's about how energetically they deal with all the junk going on in the schools right now, just with remote learning and all of that kind of stuff. So it was really interesting to talk to them.
It was pretty cool, and we have a part 2 coming out of that in 2 weeks. But I think the kids now are so much more in touch with their feelings and having the words to talk about how they feel about things that I know I didn't, and no adult really ever talked to me about my feelings ever. So I think they're in such a better place, like emotionally, to understand themselves.
Right, and so giving them the outlet to do that. And with the podcast being about community, I mean, that's obviously we need to start them now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Building their own community so that they don't grow up, kind of like we did, and be later in life kind of looking for their tribe of people. Speaking of which, hello, Dreamstar88. I'm so glad that you're watching. Love you. And before we get started, I want to show gratitude because I got a bunch of new decks for Christmas. And I want to share them with you. So my mentor and my mentoress over here conspired, I believe. So we got the Moonology.
Not that one.
Oh, not that one. The other one. Sorry. Moonology. I got the 2 Moonology decks.
Beautiful.
The manifestation and the regular oracle cards, and they are beautiful.
They are gorgeous.
I cannot wait to use them for you guys. So this is the manifestation deck. How pretty is that?
That is beautiful.
And the imagery is just super, super gorgeous.
Beautiful.
Yes. And this is the regular Moonology deck. So
those are gorgeous too.
Pretty too. And a lot of it's really hard to see, but like a lot of each moon has its own kind of image inside.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's really pretty.
Obviously the different colors, a lot of chakra energy in there too.
The lion.
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
So really, really beautiful. And my loving husband gave me James Van Prague's deck, Soul's Journey, which I love. I love him. He was one of the first like mediums. Like grew up watching. He and is it John Edward? John Edward.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were the Teresa Caputo of
Right.
of our day.
They were.
But yeah, very, very pretty.
I love the backs
Yeah.
of those. The artwork is really pretty on those too.
And they're all mandalas. Every one is a mandala.
Oh, that's really neat.
Yeah. So yeah, again, a lot of chakra energy, and they're just like the different aspects of your journey. Peace, purpose, grief. Patience.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, really, really love those. So, thank you, sweetheart. Love those. So yeah, we've got a lot of good new juju
To share.
to share today. So I'm really excited about that. I'm super grateful to have that going on today.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Brenda Sue.
All right,
Jean
we ready?
Louise Jolene the third. Are we ready?
Let's do this.
All right. Our first question, Miss Frida asks, it seems like things are going the right way with my books. Should I stay with my publisher that wants to sign me again, or should I write a new series and find a new publisher? Well, number one, how exciting is that?
That is super
To
exciting.
have things that need to be published, and thank you. I want to. The first thing that popped in my mind is to tell her thank you for doing that and sharing what you have to say, because there's so many people who have things that others need to hear but have too much fear or too much blockage to be able to be authentic and put it out there. So first thing I thought was thank her for being brave enough to do that.
And I think whenever you read the question, the first part, should I stay with the publisher that wants me to sign again? I kind of just felt this energy of like same old, safe. And then when you read the second part, or should I write a new series and find a new publisher, I felt like this nervous excitement. Like it could be something really good to branch out, but there's that kind of nervousness of, the unknown.
So two cards popped out. The first one is and I pulled these out of the Moonology Manifestation deck. The last quarter of the moon in Capricorn, leave the past behind.
That's what I'm feeling too.
And it's very much heart-centered, heart-based. And then the other one and it's two last quarters of the moon that popped out together. So feel like ending of a cycle. And the second one was last quarter of the moon in Pisces, and it says talk less and feel more.
Yeah, so fill into that answer, because I think if you're even asking the question, I think that you kind of know where you want to go with it.
Or you're at least having those doubtful
Nudges.
feelings of staying where you are, that it doesn't quite feel right.
And then I pulled the vast universe. So there is lots of opportunity out there. I feel like just my intuitive feeling is that going with somebody new and doing something new could be really good for you. And then I want to read the reversal on this. I pulled Hidden Motivations in reverse. Okay, girl. When the Hidden Motivations card is reversed, it reveals that self-imposed roadblocks are starting to be cleared and your mind is becoming more focused. So that was also like feeling into what you should be doing or what you want to do. Actually, you shouldn't have to feel like you should do anything, but I feel like you kind of already know what you want to do. In fact, all that you need to know will begin to surface in ways that empower you and clear the path ahead. And this also looks like a path on this card. There may have been some hesitation about what you really want and about how to achieve it. There may have been others whose hidden motivations were getting in your way. But now is a time of returning power and increasing clarity for you. Continue to feel and affirm your worthiness and strength. Reevaluate your plans and take action in the light of your higher intentions. When you get your intentions clear, great strides can be made in the direction of your dreams.
Perfect. And the deck that I shared with everybody 2 weeks ago, the last time we were live, is Gabby Bernstein's Miracles Now. And I truly believe that everything that comes into our life, we miracles are all around us every day, and it's how we choose to perceive. We can perceive everything that goes on in our life as a miracle if we choose to. So, my question was, should Frida decide to change publishers, what miracle could she expect?
Nice.
And both cards that I pulled are in respect to money. The first thing that popped into my mind was, is she concerned? Does she have a concern about money if she changes publishers? And the first one that I pulled is, when I respect my money respects me. So kind of if you're worried about the financial side of that, or the prosperity side of that, it kind of feels like, as long as you're still showing the gratitude for the money coming in, and doing and showing them the gratitude for being able to send that money back out, then the flow will continue. And kind of when all that came into my mind, the next card that came out is, I pray before I pay. So again, just showing gratitude for it as it comes in, and gratitude for being able to let it flow back out. So both of these cards kind of feel like a healthy wealth mindset being available to you if you were to go with the new publisher.
Yep. I think it could be really exciting to go in a new direction for you.
Okay, perfect for you.
All right, so Linda has our next question. I have a new colleague that I am having problems with. Will the colleague stay, and how can I best deal with him or her?
So, this one is one that I also struggled with in corporate America. And the first thing that popped into my mind is, girl, it even like puts knots in my stomach to talk about it, because it's like one of those things, like when people tell you, you're not going to find true love until you love yourself. You want to go, ugh. So I'm going to say one of those things.
You're thinking what I'm thinking, aren't you? She's not going to go, or he or she is not going to go anywhere until
you learn that lesson, girl.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
And I just got chill bumps.
Yeah.
Because what is super, super hard to integrate and to allow to be true in our own minds is, everything that we see in other people is a reflection. They're reflecting ourselves back to us, because we're all light. We're all made of the same stuff. So the thing that they're doing that is creating the problems for you is something that they're reflecting back to you about yourself that you're not happy with. And that circumstance and that obstacle is being put in your path to help you learn a lesson. And once we kind of like shift into that place of gratitude for them being there and asking, what lesson do you have for me? Kind of like the sooner that
you learn the lesson,
and the sooner the problem doesn't seem so much like a problem anymore. Your perception of the problem changes. I'm doing a class online right now, and it's with Suzanne Giesman, who's a very, very talented medium. And one of the things that she always prays before she starts a reading is that may our lessons be clear and as painless as possible.
Yeah.
And that's been very powerful to hear. I'd never really thought about it that way, because I've always thought, like, there's power in the struggle. The harder the lesson is to learn, the more I grow from it. But
we don't have to do that.
But we don't have to do that. We don't. We're all light and we're all source, and we don't have to make it hard on ourselves. We can learn it easily and let it be painless. But to do that, we have to look for it and lean into it and be accepting of that lesson. So I'll shut up now.
Yeah. So I think if you can really delve into what it is about this person that is problematic, and try to come at it from a different approach where you kind of see the bigger picture. I pulled the confidence card and the wise decision. So just have confidence in yourself and your abilities on your job. And the wise decision card to me says, like, just kind of like, be like the wise old owl watching from the tree. Like,
you can't even make it up.
Okay, you gotta show them. The wise owl.
Truth be told.
Yeah. And then I pulled the Ascended Masters card in reverse, and it says, if you're dealing with a group issue of some kind, Saint Germain can bring great inspiration and resolution. So call on Saint Germain to help you to shift maybe how you're seeing it, or come in to assist with how to resolve the situation.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So and when I pulled the truth be told, it's an owl, but his body is a window, and the window's open, and he's standing on like a mask. It's kind of hard, like a fan of the opera or a tragedy comedy kind of mask. And so to me that speaks to the what is being reflected back, that is difficult to see about ourselves, and being honest with yourself, like allowing that lesson to come in and kind of not being like, oh, I've already dealt with that, I don't thanks for the reminder, I don't need to learn that again. Well, obviously there may be something still there that we need to go a little deeper. With.
Fun times.
Yes.
Fun times.
I'm so sorry. I want to apologize for that answer. It's that's just what kind of Spirit is giving us. But I know sometimes tough love. Just take it as tough love. We love you, Linda. And I'm not trying to be preachy, but sometimes it is what it is.
Yep, it'll be fine.
Yep.
All right.
Next one is Lisa. And she asks, what does Spirit want me to know about the location we have found for our business?
Okay.
And the steps we have taken so far?
Well, that's exciting.
That is exciting.
I feel like I want to be cautious still. Like my internal gut is saying, look at it very methodically and from a business standpoint. Don't get I don't want to say don't get too excited, but that's what I'm going to say because that's what's coming. Don't get too excited about it. Just kind of look at it from all angles, from a business mind, and not like, oh my God, I love it, it's going to be great.
And as you said that, that's kind of the same feeling that I got, is like, don't let the excitement, like it's okay to be excited, but don't let that cloud the analytical business judgment of it's not that you shouldn't be excited about it, or that it's not a good thing. Maybe you have every reason to be excited about it, but don't let that overwhelm the analytical side.
Those go together.
So the first card that Brenda pulled was fear, and then I pulled the waning moon, and like, what do you need to release? So maybe there's maybe the excitement is kind of like
an anxiety excitement, a fear excitement. Yeah.
And maybe that is the question needs to be asked, is what is bringing that up, and what do I need to release around that to kind of lean into a healthy excitement balanced with a business rationale.
Yeah. And then I pulled the friends and colleagues. So you have support around you to help you accomplish this thing. But I think first you got to work through this. There's nothing set in stone. There's nothing reassured about starting your own business. It's all quite
well, and it is a scary prospect. I mean, that's
for sure.
nothing. There's very few things that are more scary than stepping out on your own into the unknown. So it's very rational that there's fear associated with that.
Yes, and I pulled this card, the Angels of the Four Directions. So it's saying that you have a lot. You're connected with the heavens and the angels, and you have a lot of support. Uriel is the angel of inspiration. Raphael is the messenger, the angel of the east. Miracle worker. So just call on your angels to help you, because in the end, I got peace. And what did you pull?
And I asked the manifestation deck, like once the fear is released and that lesson's learned, what can Lisa expect to manifest out of that? And I got the card Shine and Attune to the Divine. So that speaks to the fact that you've got spiritual support as well. And if you're able to release that fear, then your business is going to shine.
Practice makes perfect, and be brave. So
just do the thing. You're scared, but do the thing.
Yep.
Because clarity comes with action.
Exactly.
And my friend Vicky is saying good morning. Hey Vicky.
Hi Vicky.
So glad you're here watching us. We really appreciate that support. And if anybody watching has any questions, type them in. We can see them. We've got Jason over here scouring Facebook for you guys. So I see that we've got one, and we'll get to it at the end. But if any of you guys have any questions you want us to address now, we'd be happy to do that at the end.
All right. So our next question comes from Emma and Anthony together.
And I think I know who that is, but I'm not sure. But that's a couple, right? They're
they're a couple. We need to move in the next month and have run into roadblocks so far. Will we find something soon? Or will this be a temporary situation or a place we can unpack and settle into?
What I felt was a little bit of both.
Yeah.
I feel like it may not be the forever home, but it's not going to be like a 2 or 3 month thing either. That it'll be what I just saw was like, how people bargain and trade, like they start out with a paper clip and then you trade for a rubber band, and then you take the rubber band and you trade it for a stapler. Right. And then you trade the stapler, like it's the next trade up, right? Gotcha. It may not be the end, but it's like the next trade up. That was kind of like the image or the feeling that I had.
I think that totally makes sense. So basically, you're going to live in a stapler. Just kidding.
Yeah.
But I think that pretty much sums it up. I feel like that was a complete message.
Okay.
But I just want to draw a card. Timing-wise, what are you feeling?
I heard 3.
3.
So I don't know if that's I
3 weeks, 3 days,
months,
3 months, 3 days, month of March. Okay.
But you're saying you need to move in the next month. So I feel like so maybe if that's the thing, then the 3 will be will have something to do with when the clarity comes on where you're going to go.
So I pulled the 7 of Consciousness, but it was in reverse, and that card is the victim mentality. But when it's in reverse, it says, when this card is reversed, the rope falls off the man's wrist, allowing him to just step away. This indicates your ability to get out of a situation that's been very disempowering to you, or at least to take your power back within it. If you've remained passive in your own life, your soul longs for you to acknowledge your value and your inner strength. Know that you are ready to do so now. You have finally mustered up the courage and the will. All you have to do is stand up. This may be a little frightening to you at first, but don't give up. Let the clarity of your spirit carry you through. And then I pulled the higher self. So tuning into your higher self for that clarity. Excuse me.
And speaking to it being kind of like a pseudo temporary, I pulled the flamingo spirit, which is embrace the in between.
Yeah.
So just kind of know that even though this may not be the be all end all, it is like the right next step. And kind of I'm kind of hearing love it for what it is.
Right.
Yeah. Like you don't have to make it and force it to be the forever home, but love and appreciate it and make it the right now.
Right.
Yeah.
I love that. Okay.
So this is.
Should I ask this question?
You ask.
Okay, I think I should. This is from Chandra. Gracie's behavior has changed, and I'm wondering why.
And I did a little connection with her this morning, and she was hesitant to tell me, but I got an impression. And so I just want to see what you feel about it. Like, was she? I don't know if she was like trying to make me feel a certain way about it. But I just want to see what you get, how you feel about it.
Well, just from sitting here and I'm feeling into it, I'm feeling something over here on this side of the house. And I don't know if it's outside or if it's inside, but I feel like garage and that room there on the end of the house, there's something going on there. And I see something popping in and out. I don't know if it's a spirit or if it's like some animal that's coming around over there that she doesn't like.
Okay.
But there's something that's popping in on that side, and it kind of comes and goes and in and out and in and out.
Got it. Okay. That does make sense because you're 100% on that. What she's doing in that general area, right? Okay, that helps. That's not what she.
Well, what did she tell you, or what did she? Yeah, what did she tell you?
She showed me that there's just something that she was unhappy with.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
it could be something.
Maybe it's not that she was telling me the whole story, because now I'm thinking maybe what she's doing is like trying to mark her territory.
Yep.
And claim it as this is mine.
Yep.
And what I was thinking was like she just wasn't unhappy. She was like maybe I needed to change up that area and make it look or seem a little different to her. Like maybe there was an aspect of it that she didn't like. But now I'm thinking that there's
a little spirit coming in and out.
Yeah.
So just sage that side of the house really good and put some salt out there and like set a parameter for what's allowed to come in.
Okay.
Because it's nothing bad. It's like some small little thing running around.
I want to make sure it's not Grayson first.
No, I feel like it's like a mischievous animal spirit.
Oh, okay.
Not necessarily like animal here, but like gnomey, fairy-ish, kind of nature spirit.
That makes sense too.
Okay.
Perfect.
Yeah, and it comes in like flicks or tell.
Aw. Poor little baby.
No.
So
hi, Rosalie. We miss you.
No, hey. If you joined late, Rosalie, I'm wearing my Christmas. I got my pretty boss. I was talking about how pretty I feel in my lapis. So thank you. We have a question that came in from our good friend Kathy. She's having struggle making intentions and dealing with one day at a time. Any insight?
Okay. Making intentions. So when you're making your intentions, are these like really big goals that you're trying to attain? And maybe that's why it feels overwhelming and it's hard to stick with them when they're too big. So maybe even like, don't even make a day intention, make a morning intention, make a afternoon intention, make an evening intention, make a intention when you go to sleep at night that you're gonna, have a restful sleep and, whatever needs to come in dream-wise or rest-wise, that you get what you need from that. I feel like
bite-sized intentions are
setting
okay. And
smaller intentions.
And intentions and affirmations don't have to be life-changing.
Right.
They don't have to be like, I'm going to be my best self today and embrace the highest. It doesn't have to be that.
You could be, I'm going to take 1 minute between now and noon and I'm going to just breathe.
Right.
And that's all I'm going to do. I'm not going to think about well, you might, because sometimes, your mind is crazy. Not yours, but everybody's.
Everybody in general, the royal you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it could just be that I'm going to, between now and noon, I'm going to be aware of 3 things I can be grateful for. I don't have to sit here and think about them and agonize over them and whatever. But the phone may ring and it may be somebody you haven't talked to in 2 months. Oh, I'm grateful that they called. Or I'm going to allow the universe to give me 3 things to be grateful for before noon. And then just see what shows up. I mean, the intention doesn't have to be something that you have to do. The intention can be to allow things to come to you and be open to receive them. So just make it easy for yourself. I asked the keepers of the light deck like who would be willing to work with Kathy to help her set her intentions and to set like achievable intentions and to take it one day at a time. And I pulled Krishna, which is about devotion. And listen to this, Kathy. This is so sweet. Trust your spiritual guidance. Your commitment has been recognized. You are loved unconditionally.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. So the commitment to whatever you're doing and trying to achieve with these intentions has been recognized by the universe. So
Yes.
call on Krishna and ask for help with with meeting those intentions.
And don't give up. This card says don't give up. And then I pulled the Star Being Healing Codes. And it says, if the world seems overwhelming or intense at this time, know that it's okay for you to retreat to a safe space to cleanse and recharge your energy. You may feel called to be a healer for others and share healing with the world, but please ensure you are balanced and filled up with light first. This is not the time for you to sacrifice your own well-being in order to serve others. So this says to me, just really work on yourself right now. Self-care,
And that the universe is supporting
They're
you,
supporting
focusing on yourself right now at this point.
don't give up.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay.
And our friend Vicki also has a question.
Okay.
She says she's struggling setting boundaries. She has family that is demanding of her time. She says she just wants to spend time with, she's got her daughter home. She wants to spend time there, but other members of the family are scheduling things and kind of demanding of that time. And plus she has a business that she doesn't want to put on hold
For the next 2 weeks.
For the next 2 weeks. So just kind of like setting those boundaries.
I think we're going to need some of those cards
Lots of
today.
tough love cards. Okay.
And Vicki, I'm just going to say, you have to set your boundaries. So you just have to tell them. And it's not, people might get offended. They might have their feelings hurt. But, if you keep leaking out your energy in ways that you're not wanting to right now, then you're going to be depleted. Kind of like what we were talking about before. Like, set what you want to have happen. And you can give a little bit here and there. But if you want to work on your own business and you want to spend time with your daughter, then you set aside time to do that and say, you guys go do whatever you want to do. I'll meet up with you if I can, or...
Right. And it doesn't, setting a boundary doesn't have to be hurtful to the other person. And,
Right.
And it doesn't have to be like, line in the sand or Jean-Luc Picard, it can go no further,
Yeah.
kind of thing. It can be, as simple as, I don't feel like I'm in the mood to do that today, or I don't feel like, that's the best use of my time right now. I need to do this, so that it's not about, about them, and just ask them, or not even ask, but thank them for their understanding in advance of, and I appreciate your support in allowing me to do this.
Yeah, people will be pretty forgiving whenever you say, I appreciate you supporting me. Don't effing force it. Like, don't try to do all the things and be all the things to all the people. Just set your boundaries that you need to do that honors you, and that's not dishonoring them. It's just
Right.
doing what you need to do, girl.
And I don't know these people in your family, so I'm not trying to say any particular thing about them or about that relationship. But the fact that you mentioned that your daughter and you want to spend time with your daughter, a mother spending time with their child and not wanting to be their focus in any particular period, any family member that can't honor that, their heart's not in the right place, and they've got issues within themselves that are not yours to deal with.
Yeah.
So just kind of keep that in mind, because I would think any family member, if you told them, I feel like I need to spend this time with my child because of XYZ, and I appreciate you supporting me in that, anybody that would turn that around on you or try to guilt you into something or anything like that about feeling the need to do that as a mother, they've got their own issues going on that they need to deal with, and it has nothing to do with you.
Yeah, and then this is the last card. If you're feeling shame, regret, or guilt over, not doing the things that you think they want you to do, that's just BS. So,
Yeah.
do you.
So Kathy came back and asked, "What is Krishna?" Krishna is a Hindu god. So
He is the god of love and devotion.
devotion. Yeah. So it's just it's an Indian entity, a Hindu god. So that is the
You can look him up online.
that's a picture of Krishna.
All right.
Okay, so just just in that Hindu religion, he's an enlightened being,
Ascended master.
ascended master within that religion.
Yep.
So, all right, so that's all the questions that we had today. If we don't have anything else that comes in, so do you think we should pull a couple cards for the new year?
Oh. Okay, sure.
So
I'm scared.
do I want to know? I say we do it to set our intention. Here we go, girl.
I'm gonna do this one.
I'm gonna straighten myself up for this. Set our intention for the new year for woo-woo wisdom,
Okay.
for all of our all of the things that we're putting our energy into, the podcast, the readings that we want to start doing, to serve the community better. So just all of those interests that we have.
All
Like
right.
What does Spirit's guidance have for Brenda, Sue, and Chandra? Evidently, the one thing that they have for me is to go get something to eat.
It's time for some breakfast.
Stomach is growling. So yeah, honesty.
Honesty, and I got move and practice makes perfect. So the more that you move into doing the things that you want to do, the more it's going to bring in the things that you want.
And I also got courage, find inner strength, and I find it. Both of these are crown chakra.
Are they?
colors. Yeah, they're both purple.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah. So we just need to keep on keeping on, girl.
yes, ma'am. So if we follow that advice, what
Manifestation.
are we gonna manifest?
Okay.
So we're taking Spirit's advice, and what are we going to manifest?
He wants us to talk less,
That one's for me.
feel more.
And reveal what needs to be seen.
Nice.
I know what that one's about. Need to shut up my monkey mind.
That's hard.
That's my struggle du jour in this lifetime.
Open up to change.
There we go.
I like it.
I like it too. We are, and look again, amethyst, and purple. So,
Nice. And we got our amethyst right here.
yes, we do. So
All right.
I feel like the fact that the things that we want to do are spirit focused. I feel like that just kind of reinforces that's at least if it's not our sole purpose, it's on the right path
Yep.
for us. So we'll be announcing more stuff about that coming up, in the future weeks.
I don't know if it's too late for a question.
Oh no.
We'll do
Go
one
ahead.
more.
Go ahead.
Initiate Renata.
It's Renata.
Oh, nice.
Of course, we got time for Renata.
What's Renata say? Just spit it out to us.
Yeah. We'll wait for her to type.
Girl, we'll take your question.
Is it too
know.
late for a question?
No, it's not too late. It's not too late. Let us know what you got, and
Yeah, and let us know what you guys are doing for like any kind of cleansing for the end of the year, or if you're setting any kind of I don't do New Year's resolutions because I don't want to fail at it. But kind of like what do you want to manifest in the coming year, and we'll join our energies together with that. Oh, that's gorgeous.
I know.
I love that one.
So I was just asking for a animal spirit that we could all collectively call on in 2022.
Nice.
And I got the panther spirit, which is reclaim your power. So maybe 2022 is going to be a
year of reclaiming our power. I love that.
And speaking of that, Jason and I, if it falls like it does this year, kind of like on a weekend, that's what we do is we take down all the holiday decorations, put everything away. So that's kind of like our kind of like cleaning ritual to kind of so that we start the new year tomorrow
Fresh.
with fresh.
Yeah.
So Renata asks that her son is struggling with the teenage years. He's 16 and thinks he's autistic.
Oh.
Should you have them tested?
Should you have him tested? Okay. Well, the first thing I heard is knowledge and information is never wasted.
Yeah.
So if that is even coming up in your mind that as a need, then there's no harm in doing it, because at least then you know the answer, the positive or the negative, and or the yes or the no or the
How to work with it
Right.
if it is a diagnosis.
Well, and two, you always have more insight of you're able to deal with anything as long as you know what you're dealing with, right? It's the unknown and kind of not knowing what direction to take. But once you know, yes he is or no he isn't, then it kind of narrows down the next steps, and you can make a more clear and determined plan for how to deal with it.
I think a lot of kids who are autistic are highly sensitive as well.
Mm-hmm.
So he may be somewhere on the spectrum, but also highly intuitive and highly empathic. And so he's processing all of emotions of maybe everyone around him too, which can be really hard. So maybe helping him find ways to protect his own energy would be really, really good, and see if that helps him feel more, I don't know if he's feeling a little bit of out of control inwardly, but it could help him feel like he has some control over himself and his emotional state.
Right, and the teenage years are a struggle for all of us, and everything is changing. Like your body is changing, the chemical makeup of your mind is changing, your friends are changing, your schools are changing. You go from the elementary type school.
Your hormones are going crazy.
Right. To going into a different way of learning, even, in junior high and high school. So, it's a lot of change, and it can be difficult for any youngster, and to the possibility to add even another different type of challenge on top of that. So, you want to go?
Sure. I pulled the retreat card, and to me this kind of speaks back to him learning how to protect his energy and how to be within himself. And also this angel in this card is really connected with nature and with animals, and I feel like he probably is that kind of person too, who's kind of, even the look on her face is very inward, and I don't know if he's kind of goes inside of himself in order to process, which is not a bad thing, but I think him being connected with nature and animals and that kind of thing could be really good and grounding for him.
And the first card I pulled was courage, and I felt like that was for him, and I feel like it speaks with that. I feel like he does retreat into himself, but he needs to I don't want to say learn how, but be shown that that's not necessarily a negative, and how to turn that into a positive. Not just to retreat into himself and close off to everything, but to retreat into himself to
recharge.
I'm going to protect my energy. I'm going to recharge, and then I can have courage to, or not patience. This one was courage. Then I can have courage to come back out. I don't have to retreat and shut down.
Right.
I can retreat, recharge, and then I'll have the courage to
go back out and do the things that need to be done.
Right. And then I pulled patience, but that one was for you. I accept that everything happens in divine order. So just kind of allowing him the grace to learn that lesson, and giving yourself the grace to know that you're parenting the best way you can. It's a difficult time. There may or may not be additional challenges on top of that, but just be patient with both of you and give both of you the grace that you need to get through.
Yeah, and have the conversations about, it's okay to retreat and go inward and process your feelings. And this is how I do it, be relatable and help him understand himself.
Right. And even, if you've got some self-care techniques,
You can share with him.
share with him like how to do an energy clearing, how to
make a bubble around myself so that I don't take in everybody else's stuff.
right.
Yeah.
All of that could be super helpful.
Yep. Well, Happy New Year's, everybody.
I know the next time that we see you will be a week into 2022.
Yay. We say with some trepidation, cautiously creeping in.
Cautiously optimistic because the past two have been doozies. So,
Yeah.
so we're, the law of percentages states that we're in for a little bit of a reprieve. So
I hope so.
that's what I'm putting out in the universe. So we love you guys. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for watching, and we will see you again next week.
See you next week.
Yay.
Bye. Bye.